Want to speak real Spanish from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at SpanishPod101.com.
Welcome to Can Do Spanish by SpanishPod101.com.
Hola a todos. Soy Víctor Trejo. Hi everyone, I'm Víctor Trejo. In this lesson, you'll learn how to talk about your family as an adult with children.
This is Karen Lee, and she's studying with her Spanish teacher, Sonia Hernandez Acevedo. Sonia notices a picture on her computer and asks, "Is this your family?"
¿Es su familia?
Listen to the conversation and focus on the response. Note, Sonia uses formal Spanish. Ready?
¿Es su familia?
Sí, mi esposo, mi hijo, mi hija y yo.
Once more with the English translation.
¿Es su familia?
Is this your family?
Sí, mi esposo, mi hijo, mi hija y yo.
Yes, my husband, my son, my daughter, and me.
Let's take a closer look at the conversation.
Do you remember how Sonia asks, "Is this your family?"
¿Es su familia?
Let's start with the word
Familia.
family.
Familia. Familia.
In Spanish, all nouns have grammatical gender and are either singular or plural.
Familia.
Is feminine and singular, a fact that determines the form of other words in the sentence. Before this is
Su.
meaning your in this formal context.
Su. Su.
Note,
Su.
fundamentally means his, hers, or its, but it's also a formal way to say your when speaking to someone directly using formal Spanish. Now, you might be more familiar with
Tu.
an informal word for your, as in
Tu familia.
your family, informal. As this is a conversation between two adults that don't know each other very well, the formal form
Su.
is more appropriate. Altogether,
Su familia.
means your family.
Su familia.
Moving to the start of the sentence,
Es.
is
Es. Es. Es.
comes from the verb
Ser.
meaning to be. Altogether, it's
¿Es su familia?
this literally means is your family, but it translates as is this your family?
¿Es su familia?
Note, this is understood from context. Also, note the rising intonation of the sentence to indicate that it's a question.
¿Es su familia?
Remember this question. You'll hear it again later. Let's take a closer look at the response. Do you remember how Karen says, "Yes, my husband, my son, my daughter, and me"?
Sí, mi esposo, mi hijo, mi hija y yo.
First is the word
Sí.
meaning yes.
Sí. Sí.
It answers Sonia's yes or no question. Is this your family?
¿Es su familia?
After this, Karen points to the picture and says,
Mi esposo, mi hijo, mi hija y yo.
first is
Mi esposo.
my husband,
Mi esposo. Mi.
my,
Mi. Mi. Esposo.
husband,
Esposo. Esposo.
Together it's
Mi esposo.
my husband.
Mi esposo.
Next is
Hijo.
son.
Hijo. Hijo. Mi hijo.
My son.
Mi hijo.
After this is
Hija.
daughter.
Hija. Hija. Mi hija.
My daughter.
Mi hija.
Next is
Y.
and.
Y. Y.
Last is the word
Yo.
which translates as me in this context.
Yo. Yo.
Altogether
Mi esposo, mi hijo, mi hija y yo.
means my husband, my son, my daughter, and me.
Mi esposo, mi hijo, mi hija y yo.
The pattern is
Mi family member, mi family member, mi family member y yo.
my family member, my family member, my family member, and me. To use this pattern, simply replace the family member placeholder with the members of your family. Imagine your family members are your wife, your son, your daughter, and you.
Esposa.
Is wife.
Esposa. Esposa.
Say, my wife, my son, my daughter, and me.
Mi esposa, mi hijo, mi hija y yo.
My wife, my son, my daughter, and me.
Mi esposa, mi hijo, mi hija y yo.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Mi esposo, mi hijo, mi hija y yo. Mi esposo, mi hijo, mi hija y yo.
Mi esposa, mi hijo, mi hija y yo. Mi esposa, mi hijo, mi hija y yo.
Mi esposa, mi hija y yo. Mi esposa, mi hija y yo.
Mi esposo, mi hijo y yo. Mi esposo, mi hijo y yo.
Mi esposo, mis hijos y yo. Mi esposo, mis hijos y yo.
Did you notice how the last speaker only names 3 family members?
Mi esposo, mis hijos y yo.
My husband, my sons, and me.
Mis hijos.
Means my sons in this case.
Mis hijos. Mis hijos.
Remember, in Spanish, all nouns have grammatical gender and are either singular or plural.
Hijos.
Is masculine and plural, a fact that determines the form of other words in the sentence.
Hijos.
Sons.
Hijos. Hijos. Hijos.
Is the plural form of
Hijo.
son.
Hijo.
Note:
Hijos.
can refer to a group of sons or a mixed group including at least one son and one daughter. However, when referring to a group of only daughters, use the word.
Hijas.
Before this,
Mis.
my.
Mis. Mis. Mis.
Is masculine and plural to agree with.
Hijos.
Together, it's
Mis hijos.
my sons.
Mis hijos.
To say my daughters.
Mis hijas. Mis hijas.
You should be aware of the plural form, but we'll use singular nouns in this lesson.
Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. Then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember the word for yes? Sí. Sí. And the word for husband? Esposo. Esposo. Do you remember how to say my husband? Mi esposo. Mi esposo. Do you remember the word for son? Hijo. Hijo. Do you remember the word for daughter? Hija. Hija. Now, do you remember the word for and? Y. Y. And the word for me? Yo. Yo. Do you remember how Karen says, my husband, my son, my daughter, and me?
Mi esposo, mi hijo, mi hija y yo.
Mi esposo, mi hijo, mi hija y yo. And the word for family? Familia. Familia. And the formal phrase for your family? Su familia. Su familia. Do you remember how Miss Hernandez asks, is this your family?
¿Es su familia?
¿Es su familia? Now, do you remember the word meaning wife? Esposa. Esposa.
Let's practice. Imagine you're Mark's colleague, Jorge Soto. You have a wife and a daughter. Respond to Mark's question referring to the photo. Don't forget to include the word for yes at the beginning of your response. Ready?
¿Es tu familia? Sí.
Mi esposa, mi hija y yo.
Listen again and repeat.
Sí.
Mi esposa, mi hija y yo.
Sí.
Mi esposa, mi hija y yo.
Let's try another. Imagine you're Mark's boss, Rosa Reyes. You have a husband, daughter, and son. Ready?
¿Es su familia?
Sí, mi esposo, mi hija, mi hijo y yo.
Listen again and repeat.
Sí, mi esposo, mi hija, mi hijo y yo. Sí, mi esposo, mi hija, mi hijo y yo.
Let's try one more. Imagine you're Mark's friend, Rita Rios. You have a husband and a son. Ready?
¿Es tu familia?
Sí, mi esposo, mi hijo y yo.
Listen again and repeat.
Sí, mi esposo, mi hijo y yo. Sí, mi esposo, mi hijo y yo.
Did you notice how Mark uses
¿Tu familia?
when asking about his friends and colleagues' families?
¿Es tu familia?
Is this your family? In less formal situations, like speaking with a friend or close colleague, the less formal
Tú,
is more appropriate.
tú,
Your.
tú, tú.
This is the end of this lesson.
Remember, these can-do lessons are about learning practical language skills. Each lesson brings you closer to natural, fluent Spanish. Want to learn to speak even more Spanish the fast, fun, and easy way? Then sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. Sign up in seconds, access hundreds of audio and video lessons, and start speaking like a native speaker.
Hasta la próxima. See you next time.